I've always heard that as we get older, our bodies just naturally become more inflamed. You know, that low-level simmering inflammation that slowly wears us down and makes us more vulnerable to diseases like heart failure, diabetes, and dementia. There's even a term for it, inflammaging. But what if that's not the whole story? A brand new study out of Columbia University is flipping the script on everything we thought we knew about aging. It suggests that chronic inflammation might actually be a side effect of modern life, not an unavoidable part of growing old. Here's what they did. The researchers looked at 4 totally different groups of people. 2 were from big industrialized cities, one in Italy, the other in Singapore. The other 2 were indigenous groups living in remote villages, the Tsimane, deep in the Bolivian Amazon, and the Orang Asli in rural Malaysia. They measured 19 different cytokines, tiny proteins that signal inflammation in the body. In the city dwellers, these markers of inflammation went up with age, and were linked to chronic diseases. But, and here's the twist, in the indigenous groups, those same inflammation markers didn't increase with age. Even though, get this, their overall inflammation was just as high or higher. Dr. Alan Cohen, the lead author, puts it like this. In modern settings, inflammation is linked to chronic illnesses. But in populations facing regular infections, it's more of an immune response, not a sign of aging. Let me break that down. For the Tsimane and the Orang Asli, inflammation was mostly a response to infections, things like intestinal parasites, which over 2/3 of the Tsimane had. But it didn't get worse as they got older. And those chronic diseases that plague city populations? Pretty much absent. So what's causing the difference? Researchers point to something called the exposome. That's every single thing your body's exposed to. Your food, your activity, your pollution, your stress, your infections, over an entire lifetime. In city life, we're more sedentary, eat more ultra-processed food, have cleaner environments, and get fewer infections. That might be confusing our immune systems, making them attack our own bodies as we age. Meanwhile, for the Tsimane and Orang Asli, their immune systems are constantly busy, but not breaking down with age. Dr. Cohen sums it up. Inflammation isn't inherently bad, it's context-dependent. What causes harm in one environment might be harmless, or even protective in another. So maybe inflammation isn't a universal sign of aging after all. Maybe we need better ways to measure aging, ones that actually take into account where and how people live. And honestly, I find that kind of hopeful. If inflammaging is partly a result of lifestyle, maybe it's something we can actually change. Aging isn't one size fits all, and neither is health. What do you think? Should scientists redefine how we measure aging? Let me know in the comments. And if you're fascinated by how environment shapes biology, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more deep dives.